Hi and welcome to CBN4's Primetime News Package for today. I'm your presenter, Alian Christopher. First up today, Prime Minister of Dominica, the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, welcomed the former President of the United States of America and founder of the Clinton Foundation, Bill Clinton, to Dominica. Skerrit noted that President Clinton has been a long-time friend of Dominica and the entire Caribbean community by extension. Dominica's Prime Minister also said he worked with the former U.S. President and with the Clinton Climate Initiative since 2012, developing clean, renewable energy projects in Dominica.
Devastation of Hurricane Maria, President Clinton's commitment to Dominica's future has only grown stronger. He immediately pledged that he would do whatever he could to help us rebuild as the world's first climate resilient nation. And since then, he has backed up that pledge with action. In November last year, he joined me at the CARICOM UN High-Level Pledging Conference and issued a rallying cry to the international community to fund our plans for long-term sustainable development. Just last week, he convened the Action Network on Post-Disaster Recovery in New York City, which will bring partners together from across sectors to make concrete commitments to implement projects supporting the region's long-term recovery. I am grateful that as one of the Action Network's first 3 commitments to action, the Digital Foundation will be repairing or rebuilding 7 schools and 360 homes in Dominica that were damaged or destroyed by Maria.
The Prime Minister further noted that Dominica's relationship with the Clinton Climate Initiative will grow deeper as plans are being announced to work together to develop a rapid integrated resource plan for Dominica's energy sector, helping Dominica become the first climate resilient country in the world.
Forward to working with President Clinton and the Clinton Climate Initiative as we transform Dominica's energy sector into a model of resilience that the entire region and world.
Meantime, Bill Clinton stated that the most effective way he can contribute to helping people solve problems now is to convene a diverse group of people who will promise to work with local governments and local leaders and to do it for years if necessary.
So we had an action network on Haiti. As I said, we had an action network after Katrina in the United States. And every time we do these things, as we go along, instead of people quitting, you wind up picking more members along the way, get more participants on the way. One success will build on another. So, Prime Minister, I hope that our commitment, which extends to Dominica, to Barbuda, and to the American territories, the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, will pick up steam along the way.
The founder of the Clinton Foundation noted that the job of the Clinton Climate Initiative is to help Dominica develop the last touches of the Integrated Resource Plan and to help implement it, to work with Dominica's utility company, DOMLEC, the Independent Regulatory Commission, and partners of the Clinton Foundation at the Rocky Mountain Institute. And after the short press briefing at the office of the Prime Minister, the former President of the United States of America visited Pishle community and later on the Sufria Primary School. Here's Marisa Stedman to tell us a little more.
That after the passage of Hurricane Maria on September 18, 2017, just days after the Prime Minister of Dominica, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, made an emotional plea to the UN. And during that meeting, he stated his intention, wanting to make Dominica the first climate resilient country in the world. I can tell you this, that was a powerful statement, so powerful that it has prompted the 42nd President of the United States of America, Bill Clinton, to visit Dominica. As we speak, week we're at the Scots Head Soufriere Primary School. There are numerous members of the media as well as members of cabinet. We notice on the ground Honorable Colin McIntyre, Honorable Robert Town and several other members of cabinet. The children at the Soufriere Scots Head Primary School did a marvelous welcome, and I'm sure that the President appreciated it. We can tell you this, that residents of the community of Scots and Soufriere have also showed up to pay their respects to President Bill Clinton. CBN4 continues to watch as the story unfolds. Marissa Stedman reporting from Soufriere, CBN4 News.
Thank you, Marissa. And after the devastation caused by Hurricane Maria on September 18, 2017, the Commonwealth of Dominica announced its commitment to becoming the first climate-resilient nation of the world. The Prime Minister of Dominica, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, made that announcement at the CARICOM UN high-level pledging in New York. Clinton, on his visit to the Soufriere Primary School, applauded the Prime Minister for his commitment to building the first climate-resilient nation.
I want to thank the Prime Minister for making a commitment that his nation, Dominica, will be the first truly resilient, sustainable country in the world. And that requires us all first to help them recover from the damage that's been done, and then second to build a better future. As he said, we're trying to mobilize people who've been in our network of rebuilding in other disasters, and Digicel, which is here, is going to rebuild 7 schools and more than 350 homes. But we have a plan over the long run to develop the geothermal energy here, both to dramatically lower the electric bills of the people of Dominica, to help the economy and to help the environment, and to get everyone else in the Caribbean to do the same. And his long-term plan will enable Dominica to actually export clean geothermal energy in a way that will enable all these good things to happen in other countries. The Caribbean nations are very vulnerable to, as you see, to the more frequent, more severe storms and to the rising sea levels. But we can overcome all of it if we do it together, and if we do it right, it will be good for the economy here, and it will set a shining example for the rest of the world.
Well, the UWP also got on the act as well today. The UWP Workers' Party, they welcomed the former U.S. President Bill Clinton to Dominica and hopes that the February 6, 2018 visit will strengthen his resolve to ensure that funds for climate-resilient reconstruction channeled through the Clinton Foundation will be equitably, efficiently, and effectively used for the benefit of all the people of Dominica. The UWP, through a press release, applauded the Clinton Foundation's plan to launch an action network on post-disaster recovery and the initiatives in the housing, education, and energy sectors announced for Dominica. The press release also notes that Clinton is well aware that there can be no climate-resilient development of Dominica in the absence of resilient parliamentary governance in the resilient parliamentary democracy. The UWP stated through the press release earlier today that it has warned that persistence with the substandard governance conduct will make it increasingly difficult for Dominica to secure further assistance from the world community that rallied purposefully behind our cause in the aftermath of Hurricane Maria. And also in the news, President of the Dominica Media and Communications Association, DMCA, Gavin Richards, has announced that training is a key focus for the new media association. Richards noted that it is believed that training in the media field is lacking and can only meet the needs of the public if we as media practitioners are able to improve on our skills. The Dominica Media and Communications Association held its first annual general meeting on the weekend.
For too long, newcomers to the field have been left to fend for themselves, thrown into the deep end of the pool and asked to swim or drown. And we've seen many young journalists with potential fade away and move on to different careers because of the lack of guidance and training. Training is top on our agenda, and we intend to source opportunities locally, regionally, and internationally.
Richards also noted that the process of training has already begun.
Proud to report that we were able to send 3 members to St. Lucia in January to attend a Caribbean Association for Feminist Research and Action, CAFRA, workshop. The 3 members were Andrea Louis of MAPIN 2K4, Now Flow, Albert Toussaint of GIS, and Ivona John-Baptiste Lugue of DBS Radio. Of course,
the president further reported that Ivona John-Baptiste of DBS Radio is expected to represent the association in the second phase of the training in Panama in April as it relates to the CAFA workshop, Caribbean Association for Feminist Research. John-Baptiste is also expected to conduct some training workshops in Dominica for local media personnel on return from Panama. The DMCA has announced that it has received funding from CAFA to conduct these workshops. Stay tuned, there's more news coming up your way right after this break. And welcome back. One man is currently nursing gunshot injuries at the Princess Margaret Hospital, while another is in police custody, arrested on suspicion of shooting with intent to commit grievous bodily harm. According to the public relations officer of the Dominica Police Force, at about 5 p.m. on February 3rd at St. Joseph, Mederic Desiree of Haiti, a Dominican citizen by registration, sustained gunshot injuries to his left thigh and left rib cage. He was transported to the St. Joseph Health Center where he was seen by a medical personnel and then transferred to the Accident and Emergency Department of the Princess Margaret Hospital. John-Baptiste further stated that one firearm has been recovered by the police. He also indicated that investigations are ongoing. Parliamentary representative for the Maho constituency, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, held a meeting in the community of Marsac to address the housing needs of his constituency post-Maria. Blackmore admits that he is well aware that persons want to remove the tarpaulin covers and transition into more permanent roofing materials. He stated that funds have already been sourced to assist homeowners with repairs.
And already we have the information from Marsac, well put together, well collated. And I want to commend you for that. Even with our own approach of packaging our estimates and for the house roof replacement, the Prime Minister asked my colleagues to use what we do in our constituency as a sample. But I said before they can do that, I want the money first. So we have gotten some money. And let us start. So hopefully we can have the money transferred early next week to the village council, so we can start assisting people to replace the roofs.
Blackmore revealed that the government placed an order of $17 million worth of materials that will be used firstly to repair public buildings such as health centers, schools, and police stations. He stated that funds will also be used to assist the most vulnerable.
We mean about the elderly people, and the single moms, etc., and the destitute. The first shipment of those building material actually gotten in the country, I think on Wednesday. So hopefully we can start clearing the material. So you're talking about gardeners and lumber, etc. Now the government has actually relaxed taxes on building materials, but I've been told that the prices have gone up. So the ordinary folks are not going to be benefiting from that. The only persons who benefit are the persons bringing this stuff in. Even on food, with the supplies, all the taxes have been relaxed. So that's why the government has acted in a proactive manner and have decided to bring it in bulk building material. We're going to have one storeroom in Jimmet and one storeroom down in the north, in Portsmouth. And then
Blackmore went on to say that to assist homeowners, the government also placed funds at the aid bank. He stated that this is one way that to facilitate persons in the private and public sectors who are less vulnerable to make their repairs. And also in the news, recently farmers from all over were lined up at the Dominica Agricultural and Industrial Bank to receive much needed assistance from the Agricultural Emergency Response Grant for farmers who were severely affected by Hurricane Maria. A number of the farmers expressed their dissatisfaction about the way in which the distribution of the funds were handled. Some farmers noted that the funds should have been transferred directly to their bank accounts. Nichols Esprit, Special Projects Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture, does not support that statement and believes the disbursement of funds were done in an easier fashion to accommodate the farmers.
As per distribution, it couldn't be any easier than that because we actually came to the farmers' region to deliver the funds to them, which is much easier than paying passage to go to Roseau. So for example, a farmer from Salisbury would have come to St. Joseph to receive his check. A farmer from Cassibros would come to Cassibros, or a farmer from Pivitsufuye would come to Cassibros. These are the regional districts. These are the districts they would go normally to check with the extension office and the extension officers. So how much more easier we could have made it.
And finally, as Carnival 2018 nears its climax, Dominican musicians, artists, producers and the different Booyah bands can all celebrate together one of Carnival's original music genre, Booyah music. Booyah music could be heard all over Dominica today through the various radio stations and media outlets. Derek Ra Peters, a pioneer of Booyah music, said the celebration of Booyah Day here in Dominica is one that is of special significance to him.
The whole of Dominica and the world by extension are celebrating Booyah Day. That is something I really look forward to, and of course it's a great achievement, you know, to me personally, for us here in Dominica and the rest of the world celebrating Booyah Day, because Booyah is our culture and we have to present it to the world, let them know, you know, what we are all about.
Peters noted that moving forward, he would love to see something exquisite happen with the local Booyah artist on Booyah Day.
Moving forward, I'd really like to see more artists get together and have a festival, you know, I mean a day, you know, that particular day, you know, full of activity, the food, the dress, the, you know, the music, the artists, the musicians, you know, and of course it would take a bit of discussion, you know, really to see the best way, you know, to go about it and to put it out there.
Meantime, Gregory Rabes, Chief Projects Officer at the Division of Culture, notes that Booyah music from its inception has diversified the musical landscape of Dominica.
But in terms of homegrown genres of music, Booyah has added to that diversity of music in Dominica. So really Booyah right now dominates the musical landscape, especially in terms of party music. Also you have a great influence of soca in Trinidad in terms of party music. So Booyah is right on par with soca in terms of the, even more so in the context of Dominica than soca.
On Tuesday, February 2nd, 2016, Dominica observed the first ever Booyah Day. And that takes us to the end of today's Primetime News package. On behalf of the entire CBN4 team, I am Alian Christopher saying thank you for watching.